In this episode of our Japan series, we continue to the second leg of our trip, trading Tokyo for Kyoto's rich culture, with lantern-lit nights, hikes through endless Torii gates, a tea ceremony in kimonos, and matcha from Japan's tea capital. Before we dive into each location, here's a quick look at the route. We began in Tokyo, then made our way west to Kyoto, Osaka, and Hiroshima, before looping back to Tokyo with a final day trip to Mount Fuji. We got around by bullet trains, local trains, metro, bikes, and walked a ton, covering a lot of ground and seeing a whole lot of Japan in just under 2 weeks. Alright, today we're going to Kyoto, but first we're gonna get breakfast. Family bar. What to get? Egg sandwich, a pork cutlet. So for today I got a salmon onigiri and a pork cutlet and my latte, large today. So we're leaving our Airbnb now. We're heading over to the metro to take the fast train to Kyoto. Caroline is leading us the way because she now remembers the way to the train station somehow. After just one full day in Tokyo, we're packed up and on the move again. Heading to Kyoto, about 2.5 hours and 280 miles away by Shinkansen, Japan's bullet train system. We barely got a taste of Tokyo before it was time to leave. We took the metro from Asakusabashi to Shinagawa Station. Navigating these huge stations can be overwhelming, but we're getting the hang of it. We only had to ask directions once to find the right platform. Alright, so we are at the Shinagawa Station. I was just corrected by Caroline. Girls are right here. Where are they? Right there. And mommy just got the tickets. Are we all set? Do we go over there? Right here, right? Once on board, we didn't know what to expect, but the Shinkansen was smooth, quiet, and fast. We were supposed to catch a view of Mount Fuji, but we missed it. Still, it was a comfortable ride with big windows and plenty of legroom. As we sped along, we passed farms, small towns, and villages, catching glimpses of everyday life, all framed with mountains as backdrops, soaking it all in on just our second full day in Japan. And 2.5 hours later, we're in Kyoto. We just made it to Kyoto. Here's the train station behind me. Kyoto Station, right there. Gonna try to grab a cab and go to the Airbnb now. It looks like it's over there somewhere. We just checked in our Airbnb. Dropped off our stuff. They allowed us to drop off our luggage there, and now we're gonna grab lunch. So the architecture here, you have a lot of these smaller buildings like that one. More traditional, a lot more use of wood and the roof tiles. For lunch, we stopped at Asanoya for a kaiseki-style meal, several small, beautifully arranged dishes made with seasonal ingredients. This quiet, hidden gem was run by an older couple who made us feel right at home. After lunch, with jet lag kicking in, we looked for coffee and wandered around the shopping district while waiting for our Airbnb to be ready. And check out this place. I got a Brazilian coffee with a huge chocolate flavor profile, and it's delicious. I also shared a cheesecake with the girls. I actually really like this place. I might come back here again and get another cup of coffee. The coffee isn't cheap, but it's really good quality beans. So this is the outside of the coffee shop. No signs or anything, but it does have this sign. Unagi?
Unagi coffee.
Unagi coffee. So we're walking to Nishiki Market right now. The weather is about 70 degrees right now, and it's just gorgeous. Probably a little warm. The cherry blossoms are still up. So this is the Kamo River. You have on both sides of it, you have walkways. Looks like we hit the commercial district here. We made it to Nishiki Market. It is quite busy. It is a Saturday. It is packed. We browsed through a few shops until it was finally time to head back to the Airbnb for a much needed afternoon break. Here's the oh, cool Kyoto Airbnb. You got traditional dining. Oh my gosh, there's more upstairs. This is already the second floor. It's fine with me. I don't have to climb these stairs. After getting some rest, we headed back out to explore Kyoto at night. The streets were lively but not overcrowded, with a relaxed, timeless vibe. We made our way to Hanamikoji Dori Street, where lantern-lit alleys and old tea houses gave us a glimpse of Kyoto's traditional charm. We even spotted a few geishas gliding quietly through the streets, adding a bit of magic to the night. We then walked through the Shirakawa River area, enjoying the nice evening with spring blossoms in bloom, one of the perks of visiting in spring. And since the weather was nice, we continued to the Kamogawa Riverwalk, popular with locals for evening strolls and cycling. Both sides have wide paths, and the reflections of the buildings and pockets of trees in bloom made it even more special. Just watch out for cyclists. Some ride without lights, and they'll sneak up behind you. We looped back towards our Airbnb, stopping at Family Mart and 7-Eleven to grab a few food items, which quickly became our go-to spots for quick meals. The walk totaled about 2.75 miles before we finally called it a night. Slept well last night. Now we're walking over to 7-Eleven to get breakfast. It's raining today, so I don't know how much we're going to be able to do. We're supposed to do our traditional tea ceremony sometime this morning. Love this neighborhood of all the houses here. Just gorgeous, like traditional style houses.
So the tentative plan is that for sure we're going to do the kimono tea ceremony at 10. But then after that, we're trying to decide if we want to go to Uji for the rest of the afternoon, or if we're going to Fushimi Inari and then a couple of other sites more closer to Kyoto. So that's the tentative plan for today.
Then it was time for our traditional tea ceremony, complete with kimonos at Maikoya, a few blocks away. The ladies went upstairs and the gents downstairs to pick out their kimonos. After getting dressed, we met up and walked the block to the tea house. And coincidentally, Caroline and Jasmin ended up picking the same color kimono. Which onigiri should we get? You can totally get a meal here. This is $3.35. It has rice, egg, and chicken. We had a great experience at the matcha tea place, or the ceremonial tea. We got dressed up in our kimonos. That was really nice, as well as learn how to make the proper ceremonial tea or matcha tea, getting the right amount of bubbles and froth in there. So anyway, we're just waiting for our train right now. We rested a bit after the ceremony before heading back out again. It was supposed to be a rainy afternoon, and with the weather, we weren't sure how much we'd actually see. We hopped on a train for a quick 30-minute ride to Uji, known as the matcha capital of Japan. Beyond its green tea culture, Uji is home to historic sites like the Byodoin Temple and the scenic Uji River. But today, we were mainly here for the matcha. So right behind me are the tea bushes, the tea with the spring leaves. So those are the best ones, has the most flavor and most nutrients. Yeah, here, these ones are still covered. We later learned why these tea bushes were covered. We're visiting the tea museum now. This is where they're featuring the matcha tea. The tea museum opened in 2016, but unfortunately we hadn't booked the matcha tasting in advance. So instead, we just walked around and explored the exhibits. The museum offers a deep dive into the history and culture of tea in Japan, from ancient tea utensils to modern tea production techniques, with plenty of hands-on displays and beautiful ceramics. So we learned that the tea bushes are covered to block sunlight, slowing growth and boosting sweetness, key to producing high-quality matcha. Pro tip, if you're interested in learning how to properly prepare and taste matcha, be sure to book the tea tasting experience at least 1 to 2 weeks in advance. As we finished with the museum, it started raining a little harder. We made our way into town, crossing the street from the train station and walking parallel to the Uji River. We explored a bit until rain got heavier and ducked into a small shop called Uji Byodoin. Overlooking the Uji River, Uji Byodoin is known for its cozy atmosphere, matcha sweets, and desserts. We ordered some refreshments and sheltered from the rain, and to our surprise, the shop owner serenaded us with a harmonica. A charming and an unexpected highlight of the afternoon. Check out this bridge. You got the waterfall and the mountains behind me. I'm in Fuji. It's raining. We just had some tea and coffee. I wish it wasn't raining, but it adds to the appeal of the area right now. The girls want to spend a little bit more time here, and I don't blame them. We only had a few hours here, probably just the afternoon, and most of it is taking the train ride. We're about to cross another bridge here. After crossing the Uji River, the rain wasn't letting up. It was getting colder, and we were starting to get soaked. We ducked once again into the shops along Wrench, a street lined with shops and restaurants specializing in matcha. Jasmin had been eyeing Uji for a while, hoping to find ceremonial matcha for her matcha bar back home. And while Mao and Jasmine were shopping for matcha, Caroline and I were drawn in by signs for matcha gyoza and matcha takoyaki across the street at a place called Kyoto Uji Taco Q. Okay, thank you. Try not the takoyaki matcha. Then further down Wrench Street, Mao spotted Uji Surugaya and grabbed some matcha dango, those chewy bright green tea dumplings that reviewers rave about as a must-try in Uji. We're walking the historic Uji Bridge. This was supposed to be originally built in 646. The year 646 originally. Now it has a lot of new parts to it. But from here you can see a lot of the mountains and the beautiful river. This is just a gorgeous town. I'd come here again. So if you're in the Kyoto area, I would take about an hour metro ride over here to Uji, get some matcha, learn about the tea making process. After getting off the metro, we found a restaurant called Unagiya Hirokawa that served unagi, the grilled eel dish Kyoto is known for. The dish turned out to be fantastic, tender, and flavorful. We capped off the meal by finally enjoying the matcha dango that Mao got in Uji. Tomorrow's a big day. We have one last morning to explore Kyoto before heading to our next destination. Good morning, guys. It's 6 o'clock a.m. right now. It's still really quiet out here. We are going to the metro and take the metro to a stop that will lead us to Fushimi Inari. It's the gates. You have to be there early in the morning, otherwise it's really packed. So it's about I think a 10 to 15 minute metro ride, and then we're gonna walk from there. We just got out of the train at the Fushimi Inari station on the KH line. That's the blue line from where we were at the Airbnb. Now we're going to be hiking up. It's about a 5-minute walk to the gates, the Fushimi Inari gates. You have a few other folks here. It's about 40 degrees right now, so it's a little chilly, but no wind, so that's a big plus. We woke up early at 6 a.m. to beat the crowds at one of Kyoto's most popular spots, the Fushimi Inari Shrine. It was just a 20-minute ride from our Airbnb. From the station, we walked towards the shrine, where the iconic red Torii gates immediately greeted us, marking the start of the uphill hike. The trail to the top temple is just 2.5 miles round trip with about 600 feet of elevation gain. In the early morning calm, it felt like we had the path to ourselves at times. The weather started out cool, but it quickly warmed up as our heart rates rose with the elevation gain. Along the way, we reached an overlook with a panoramic view of Kyoto, already alive with the hustle and bustle of a weekday morning. We're at the halfway point now. It was a climb. So at the halfway point, you have some facilities up here. You have two ways that you can go. So it's basically a loop, and then you can go all the way down again. There's a shortcut and a long way. We don't know if we're gonna go the full loop. The kids went on, and then we'll just meet them at the bottom when they're done. Eventually, we reached a small shrine about halfway up the trail marked by a statue of a rat, a symbol of prosperity and the messenger of the god of fertility and rice. A unique little stop that added a touch of character to the steady climb. Not long after, we arrived at a small cluster of shops selling hot tea and boiled eggs. Now took a break here while we watched the shopkeepers prepare their stalls for the day, and we couldn't help but wonder how they haul their supplies all the way up here. We saw the girls, they were coming down. They said it's another 15 minutes up, so Matt decided not to go, so it's just gonna be me. So I'm at the top. We have a bunch of shrines up here. At the top of the trail, I found myself surrounded by dozens of shrines dedicated to Inari, the Shinto god of rice and fortune. It was quiet, spiritual, and felt like the reward after the steady climb. The thousands of vermilion Torii gates, each donated by individuals or businesses, are believed to bring prosperity in return. So we finally met up at the first landing. Caroline got a stamp. Since she didn't have her stamp book, she paid 500 yen for this. This is gorgeous. Look at that. You got all the gates. The gates are right here on the bottom. Is that how they get the supplies up? After taking it all in, it was time to head back down the mountain. I took a few photos around the temple before meeting up with the family. And it was definitely busier around 10 a.m. than it was when we first got here around 7 a.m. So come early if you can. And on the way to the metro, we were lured by the smell of street food wafting through the streets.
Thank you for waiting.
So we got these fried chicken on a stick. Well, they come in this little cup. I also got a matcha ice cream. Caroline got a corn dog. I got a squid from next door as well. These chicken, I don't know what they do with these. The skin is perfectly like crisp, and there's enough fat content in there. It's so good. This has to be the steepest stairs. Kyoto gave us tradition, tranquility, and a glimpse into Japan's timeless beauty. Wouldn't spend enough time here and we'll definitely need more on our next visit. Next up, a change of pace. We're trading quiet shrines for city lights as we head into the vibrant energy of Osaka. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode. Until then.